Welcome back to Kinetic TV. Today's topic is friends. And where we last left off, we were talking about the differences between a friend and an acquaintance. And I left the viewers with a question: how are your friends influencing you? So, guys, what is maybe one of the biggest things when you're looking for a friend that you look for in them?
Well, I'm looking for someone who knows how to, like, not talk about other people behind their backs.
Hmm.
Because there's a lot of friends, when someone walks away, they're like, start talking about that person, but when they come back, they're all quiet. But when someone else walks away, they start talking about that person. And, it gets kind of, are they talking about me when I walk away?
Exactly. Gossip.
Yeah, gossip.
I mean, is there anything else? I mean, because of course you want someone who's going to be straightforward with you and not two-faced, double-sided. So, I mean, what about their morality?
Definitely. I mean, it's leaning less toward like morality and more towards like attitude and stuff like that.
Mm.
Um, it's always good for me. I don't really like hanging around people that have a real negative attitude. We're always like, condemning this and that all the time. Just like, oh, he did that, and blah, blah, blah. It's just kind of annoying, and it brings you down all the time.
So negativity is something you don't want in a friend. Somebody who's
Yeah.
always, you know, or even always down on themselves, as bad as that sounds like. You don't want to be around someone who's always like comparing or downing themselves
Oh,
or.
well, right, yeah, because I mean the character traits again, that influence,
Mhm.
and if they're negative, and they're more than likely, going to influence you to be negative.
Mhm.
I know I've often heard the term "misery loves company,"
Mhm.
and I completely concur with what you're saying there. I wonder though, have you noticed how the bad crowd at school and the good crowd at school, they all hang together? The bad kids hang over here, and they're all mischievous and doing whatever they want to do, throwing stuff to teacher, talking back, and
Sneaking.
sneaking stuff.
Sneaking
And the
around.
goody two shoe kids, they're all over here, and they're all doing their work and studying, and everybody's hating on them. And then we have the middle kids that just kind of group together because they don't know which one to fit in, so they just clustering with each other. It's would you say that how your attitude is, you will attract people to yourself that bear similar character traits to you?
Most definitely. It's like birds of a feather flock together. I know that's cliche or whatever, but it's true. Like people, you draw people towards you that are like you. Like just because of the shared interest, personality. People who are funny tend to like other people who are funny. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder why they call it a cliche. I mean, because friends are such a common thing, so the aspects of friendships are going to be cliche. I thought I just wanted
And
to add that in there or something.
yeah, that's true.
Interesting fact, Eli. But I mean, when we're coming into this whole friend factor with them influencing you this way, you influencing them that way. Why do we need these good friends? Why? I mean, because obviously you said that the accountability factor was a big thing for you with your friend, and keeping you with a shelter, kind of a refuge, a person to go to help you out of problems. Why is it that we really need that motivation?
It was left up to ourselves. I mean, my left hand could, or my left hand, right? My left hand couldn't help itself out of a paper sack,
Yeah,
if left by itself.
I
So,
see.
I mean, it takes one hand to wash the other too. You've heard that saying, another cliche.
Hmm,
So,
that's
Exactly.
good.
And solitude is never good. Like being antisocial and never going out and being friends with anyone. That's just, you're going to be down on yourself all the time. You're going to be in a depression. If you're just home all the time, not hanging out with anyone. So
Hmm.
friends are good for that, just to get out, do things. Not be in solitude and
So you want to avoid solitude, you want to have accountability, and above all, you want to have a good influence around you. You want somebody who's going to influence you to do positive things. Would you say that, a character trait that you might want to look for in a friend is also someone that you know is a little more, I want to say, advanced than you are, so that they could influence you positively to reach where they are?
That would be very good. Having someone you can look up to that's in a good place, so you can push yourself. Now, I was thinking about how a character, if someone's more dependent all the time, that could get annoying, having someone with a dependent character, because if they're always wanting rides, or if they need money, or they're mooching off your food. Everyone, those cliche of the friend who always comes by and eats all the food. It happens sometimes.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, because of course I know there's the people that, I guess you could say, you have your people that are doers, you have your people that are watchers, and then you have your people that are just there. I mean, that's the best way I can put it. They're just there.
Yeah.
And I mean, from my perspective, I say it's better to be a doer than it is to be a watcher, because watchers, the only thing they get is entertained. They don't get the full experience of what's going on. And the people that are just there are generally lost. So, of course, we don't want to be in that boat. So, I mean, and the reason why I bring this up is because it seems that when you're choosing your friends and choosing where, who you want to hang out with, you should probably evaluate, is this person going to bring me down, or is this person going to bring me up? Is this person going to be just level with me and just keep me balanced, or are they going to be like a leech and suck my joy away? And it's important to evaluate those things. And okay, say someone was watching right now and they're like, "Oh, I have some friends like that. What do I do?" It's we've been friends for so long, but it's just that, it's getting tiring, being around them. Or it just may be that, you've grown to a place to where it seems that you and that person are no longer compatible. It seems that you and that person y'all don't click like you used to. What would you say to our viewers that are dealing with that kind of situation?
Where it's come to a point where they're not compatible anymore. Let it go. I mean, if you really sit down and think about it, and it's not, you don't feel like it's worth fighting for their friendship anymore, try to keep it together and stuff like that. Don't be afraid to let it go.
Yeah, you don't have to be mean about it, but just kind of, I guess people get offended if you kind of want to cut the relationship off. But as long as you do it in a cordial manner, I guess, kind of distance yourself from that person.
Don't make a scene.
Yeah, if they get offended, that's their thing. But as long as you're, doing what's right on your part.
So it's, in a sense, better to let this person go rather than to keep them around and have an anvil attached to your ankle.
Because why would they want to be your friend anyway if you're not enjoying the friendship?
Yeah, that's very much so true. But we're about to go on another break, of course. But I just really want, again, to leave the viewers with another question. Do you have any friends in your lives that are holding you back? Answer that question, and we'll be right back after these messages.
Hey, I heard about some kids who are gonna get some beer. Wanna go? Why?
Because it's cool.
Why is it cool?
To get wasted, I guess.
Why would I want to get wasted?
I heard about some older kids doing it.
So why should I do it?
If someone asks you to drink, maybe there's something you should ask them. Why?
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 I guess I don't know.
Because there's no good reason to drink.